remember being very nervous, but very excited. I mean, one of the things that when I was going through the whole job search in college, I sent my demo and my resume to pretty much every team in the country. And I remember my wife now, girlfriend at the time, I remember having all these packaging envelopes all over the floor of her apartment. She was helping me with it, but you know, running stacks to the post office every other day. But the place that I wanted to be was here. That's where I really, really wanted to be. And one of the reasons was I had a real sense of how excited people were about this team, and I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to see what it was like. I wanted to be there for every game, home and road. So this is where I wanted to be. So, you know, I knew how excited people were leading up to that first night, and then we had to wait another month because of the construction and the winter that we had and everything. So, you know, I remember getting back late from Somerset the night before, and the players were kind of, they were all talking about, you know, first home game, and I remember how excited they were about it. We had a crazy bus situation at the time before the stadium was finished. We would always load up at the Yorktown, and everybody's cars would be there. So we were dropped off there the night before, and everybody's kind of hanging around the Yorktown parking garage, waiting for the valet to bring the cars back. So, you know, we're there talking about what the next night's going to be like. And at that point in the morning, it was tonight. You know, it's what's tonight going to be like. So, I just remember being at the office at Roosevelt, you know, printing all of the game notes and everything. Just a real nervous energy, and then, you know, I assume she'll be okay with me sharing this, but probably about 3 o'clock that afternoon, my wife was actually in a car accident in York, you know, on George Street, just maybe a mile up the road, and she was fine, but it was pretty bad. So I got the call that was going on, and I didn't know if I should, you know, run, and I mean, her parents were there. She said she was fine, so she told me to stay and get ready, and that she'd be okay. But all that's going on, and I came to find out later that the Eagle that we had there that night was stuck in the traffic jam caused by that accident and almost got here late. So you know, again, it was an imperfect 2007, but I remember walking in for the first time, and in the press box there wasn't any carpeting yet, so we were walking through kind of a dirty floor, and we had a temporary table set up in the home radio booth that barely had room for everything that we needed. There were no ceiling tiles. The press box bathroom wasn't operational yet, so I kind of had to plan around that. That's a big deal for me on a game day, is to know where that is. So I remember all those things, but you know, I remember Al Rose, our first PA announcer, being down in the field in his tux, going through all the ceremonies, and you know, the opening video, and Brooks Robinson being there, and you know, just looking out for the first time, and seeing all those fans, and an image that over all these years, it's my favorite, you know, to look out and see the stands full and all the energy in the place. And that was the first time we'd experienced that. And I just remember all the confetti and Cannonball Charlie for the first time, you know, the first ball being brought in. I think our starter was a little delayed in his warm-up routine, so we started later than we wanted, or than we were supposed to, but just, you know, all the firsts, you know, first pitch, first hit, you know, all those types of things. Very, very surreal.
Joined by York Mayor John Brenner, and Mayor Brenner, exciting day, obviously. You've not been in the ballpark a lot. Let's get your impressions. What's your impressions of this ballpark?
This is my third time in the ballpark this week, and I can tell you that this place is incredible. There's no doubt about it. They have done a marvelous job, especially in the last 2 weeks, getting everything together and ready to go for tonight. York is really excited. People of all walks of life. I just talked to a couple from Wrightsville. They haven't been downtown in years, and they're so excited to be here tonight, and I think that's the message you're going to hear over and over again.